Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to read this really nice book. It's called Charlie Anderson and it's by Barbara and illustrated by Mark. Let's get into it. Oh, I see an animal there. What animal is that? Yep, it's a cat. That must be Charlie, I think. One cold night, a cat walked out of the woods, up the step, across the deck, and into a house where Elizabeth and Sarah lived. He curled up next to the fireplace to get warm. He watched the 6 o'clock news on TV. He tasted their dinner and he tried out their bed. He decided to stay. The girls named him Charlie. Every morning, Charlie disappeared into the woods again. There's those girls looking for Charlie. He said bye. At night, when Charlie came home, Elizabeth brushed him clean, fed him dinner, and made a space for him at the foot of her bed. He liked Elizabeth's bed the best. Sometimes he would wake up in the middle of the night and hear him purring in the dark. Sarah called him baby and dressed him up in doll clothes. Oh, that's silly. Dressing the cat up in doll clothes. When it snowed, Elizabeth's mother heated Charlie's milk before he left for the woods. She warmed it up with the pot. He grew fatter and fatter, and every day purred louder and louder. I wonder where he goes in the morning. On the weekend, the girls stayed with their father and stepmother in the city. They wanted to bring Charlie with them, but their mother said he'll miss the woods. Charlie's a country cat, she told them. The girls don't look too happy about that. One stormy night, Charlie didn't come home. Elizabeth and Sarah stayed out on the deck and called his name, but no Charlie. Where was he? Why didn't he come out of the woods? Was he all right? Oh, they're worrying about the cat. All that night, Elizabeth listened to the rain beating on the roof and the wind rattling in the woods. Was he cold? Was he hurt? Where was Charlie? In the morning, Elizabeth and Sarah looked for him. They asked the lady down the road if they've seen their cat. She said no and offered them cookies, but they were too worried to eat anything, even their chocolate chip cookies. Wow, they're really worrying about this cat. They went to the new house in the other side of the wood. Have you seen our cat? They asked. His name is Charlie. He's very fat and his gray stripe has a gray striped fur. We have a cat with gray striped fur, said the man. But his name isn't Charlie, it's Anderson. He's upstairs asleep in our bed. They heard a meow, and down the stairs came the very fat gray striped cat. Charlie, Sarah and Elizabeth called. No, that's Anderson, said the woman. We've had him for 7 years, right, Anderson? He looked at her and began to purr. Can you purr like a cat? But it was Charlie, Sarah said. He looked at her and purred louder. It. Is he ever here at night? Elizabeth asked. Anderson is a hunter, she said. He prowls in the woods at night. Charlie sleeps in my bed at night, Elizabeth said. He leaves for the woods after breakfast. Anderson comes home for breakfast, said the woman. He leaves right after dinner. They all looked at the cat. He sat at their feet, very happy and very fat. They call him Charlie Anderson now. Charlie Anderson had two homes. He went to one home in the night and one home during the day. Sometimes in bed at night, Elizabeth asked him, "Who do you like best, Charlie Anderson?" And she could hear him purring in the dark. Which house do you think he likes best? Do you think he likes living with the girls at night? Or do you think he likes to live with the woman and man during the day? Just like Elizabeth and Sarah, Charlie had two houses, two beds, two family who loved him. He was a lucky cat. So sometimes the two girls stayed with their dad, and sometimes they stayed with their mom. Just like Charlie Anderson, sometimes he stayed with the girls, and sometimes he stayed with the lady and the man. Which house do you think Charlie liked best? With the girls or with the other family? With the man and the woman? Let us know. Bye, guys.